Good morning. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I really appreciate it. I wanted us to have a clear and open conversation about the concerns raised around the charter flight payment. A lot of questions have come up, and I believe it's important we address them properly. For me, this discussion is about strengthening transparency, making sure our actions align with ethical standards, and keeping the public fully informed. Thank you as well for bringing this up. I understand the seriousness of the issue, and I know how important it is for us to maintain confidence. I am happy to clarify what happened and talk through any area where the process may not have been explained clearly. The main concerns that we have been highlighted are quite straightforward but serious. People people want to know who actually paid for the charter flight. There are also questions about whether any invoices remain unpaid. Another major concern is the lack of communication because Fiji Airways is, partly government owned. The public expects full transparency. When information is not explained properly, people start to feel that something is being hidden, even if nothing wrong has happened. I understand those concerns from the operational side. I cannot confirm that we followed our internal procedures. However, I do agree that However, I do agree when information is not explained properly, people start to feel that something is being hidden, even if nothing wrong has happened. I understand these concerns from the operational side. I can confirm that we followed our internal procedures. However, I do agree that our communication with public was not strong enough. We assumed people would understand the process on their own, but that was clearly not the case. When I look at the situation, the biggest issue seems to be the absence of clear public communication. People only saw parts of the story, and that naturally created confusion and suspicion. Another root cause is that financial arrangements are not visible externally. Even if everything was done correctly, the public can't see the checks, the approvals, or the internal steps that were followed. That makes it easy for people to think something improper took place. Also, because the company works closely with the government, people may assume there is a conflict of interest, even if no such conflict exists. You are right. All those points reflect the heart of the issue. Our internal checks and approvals are solid and they were followed. But the public doesn't get to see that. So even though the process was quite correct, the lack of visibility made things look questionable. That perception is what caused the dilemma. Our organizational values guide everything we do: honesty, accountability, professionalism, and respect. And lastly, transparency. These aren't just words on paper, They are meant to help us act responsibly, especially in challenging situations. As a leader, we need to show these values not only through the decisions we make, but also through how we explain those decisions. If people don't understand what we are doing, our values loss, lose their meaning. That's true. The Fiji Airways Code of Conduct gives us a framework to follow in situations like this. But it's not only about having a code, it's about making sure every staff member understands that their actions affect how the public sees the company. Even a small communication mistake can damage the trust. To prevent similar issues in the future, we could take a few practical steps. First, financial information should be shared clearly, openly, and as early as possible. Delays or unclear messages will only create rumors. Second, we need to ensure that staff follow ethical guidelines consistently, especially when dealing with issues that involve public money or public interest. Third, leadership decisions should be more visible. If stakeholders can see what is happening and why, they are more likely to trust us. I agree, we can definitely start holding more regular stakeholder briefings, not just when something goes wrong, but as part of our ongoing communication strategy. We can also improve how we can explain decisions to the public. That means using simple language, avoiding complicated technical terms, and making sure our messages are clear and complete. These steps will help rebuild confidence and show people that we take transparency seriously. In your view, what are some practical ways our staff can help strengthen transparency and public trust in their daily work? Well, staff can start by strictly following ethical practices, especially around financial decisions. They can also document every steps properly, so there is a clear record. Another important thing is communication. Staff should make sure they are sharing the right information at the right time with both colleagues and the public. When information flows smoothly, trust improves naturally. Thank you for taking the time to discuss this with me today. I appreciate your openness and willingness to address the issue directly. Ethical behavior and clear communications are essential for maintaining trust with the communities we serve. I believe that by working together, we can strengthen transparency and avoid similar issues in future. Once again, I would like to ask if you have any questions or any doubts you want to clear. No. So let's work on this. Let's fix this issue. Let's move ahead and make sure that all the work that we do is transparent with full accountability, and let's have the trust with our communities and make sure that our staffs they get the right information, so when they are sharing to their colleagues or sharing to the public in general, they are sharing the right information and the right message. Thank you as well. I fully agree. Clear and honest communication is something we must prioritize. and I am committed to ensuring that our staff understand their responsibilities under the code of conduct. We will work on improving on these areas moving forward. Thank you very much.